very volatile period, very uncertain, that wanted us to really appreciate what's really happening. Last Friday, we had the pleasure of having the Minister of Investment, Trade and International Investment and Trade, Tengku Datuk Sri Taman Zafrul, over here for a private dialogue with some of the institutional investors, fund managers, and corporate sectors here in this very room to share his perspective and for him to also hear the feedback from the industry as well. For today, it's a public event. I think the idea would be to disseminate the views from various specialists, economists, for today in terms of what's happening around the world and how should we respond and how we should enhance our domestic resilience. Now, speaking of resilience, last month I was invited to speak to a group of very senior military officers from Malaysia and a few other countries to talk about economic integrity. Now, I'm not sure whether many of you know that we do have a national security policy in Malaysia that was actually developed in 2019. And one of the 9 core values of that national security policy is about economic integrity. Now, I was asked to share with them my thoughts on how we can preserve Malaysia's economic integrity and resilience. Now, if I may share with you, what I told them. So I was asked to give 8. So why 8? Well, because Malaysians, we love the number 8. It's meant to be fat, yeah, so it's honor to us. But anyway, let me just perhaps highlight 3 of them. I think number 1 is about the need to maintain sound financial position. Don't overborrow to ensure continued trade surplus and current account surplus in our balance of payments, to lower our fiscal deficit, maintain healthy foreign reserves, which today is at about $117.5 billion US, and be as financially independent as possible. So even when you borrow, make sure that you don't borrow from a single source, you diversify your sources. So with that, item number 3 is about diversification policy in the structure of our economy, in our trading partners, our source investments and source of borrowings. When it comes to the economic structure, for example, there was a time in 1990 that 29% of our economy was driven by the commodities sector, agriculture, minerals, and so on. Today, it's only about 12%. So that would be less erratic. Likewise, in terms of the trading partners, making sure that, again, we're not over-dependent on any particular export market, and so that whenever we have some disputes, we will not be hurt too much. And the third one, which I perhaps have to highlight, would be the number 8, to be an integral part of trade blocs and regional cooperation initiatives. So the idea would be to have as many friends as possible and to participate, whether it's RCEP, and of course ASEAN, and further promote intra-ASEAN trade, and also looking at bilaterals too. So in the case of working closer with our neighbors like Singapore, for example, with the Johor-Singapore Special Economic Zone, that's a good example for that. So the idea would be to do what we can to enhance our economic resilience in Malaysia, so that we can sustain and withstand whatever global headwinds that may come our way. And as you know, many of these headwinds are very much beyond our control. So for this morning, we are indeed privileged to have assembled a great lineup of presenters and panelists for our conversation. We're going to start with a presentation by Dr. Aniket Shah from Jefferies, who's a partner of CIMB. This will be done virtually, I believe, from New York. and followed by some presentation from Ms. Katrina L. from Moody's and Dr. Anthony Das from Economic Club of Kuala Lumpur. And after that, Dr. Fadil will moderate a session. And we have 5 key panelists. Tan Sri Nazir will provide the ASEAN perspective. Dr. Jabandas will provide the American perspective. Mr. Carl Godris, who appeared on BFM this morning, will cover the Europe. I know he's only 3 months in his job based on that interview, but I think it will be great to hear the insight of these people. And of course, we have from CIMB, Ms. Nadia Jalil. And we then have Puan Mazliza, who will do the closing remarks at the end. We don't expect 25 minutes, so that's actually a buffer, so we do hope to end by noon, because I do know that many of you will have many other engagements. So with that, I do hope you will have a productive session and benefit from this session. And with that, without further ado, I would like to invite the chairman of the Economic Club of Kuala Lumpur, Dr. Iqbal, to deliver his opening or welcome address. Thank you.